Priscilla Wadsworth inside the game in Tuscaloosa. So let me sort of, like I did Byron Braggs a couple of minutes ago, sort of walk back through sort of a little bit of history of how you arrived at this point, because you just didn't wake up one night and say, hey, I'm a great artist, or maybe you did. I don't know. But where did this all first start? I mean, drawing and sort of developing this niche that you've created.
Well, I mean, it kind of did happen that way. I mean, I've been drawing realism since I was 16, but I never really focused on it full time because I'm actually a musician in the past. And, about a year and a half ago, I kind of came upon the decision, if I want to do art full time, why wouldn't I be drawing something that I am very passionate about, which is obviously Alabama football. So it kind of did just happen overnight. My first couple of portraits were of Coach Saban and Coach Bryant, and from there I just took off.
I'm just curious, when you have a chance to feature these players, because all of them, they've all got a sense of pride in what they're able to accomplish, whether it's Nick Saban and whether it's guys that you're working on now. But sort of when you deliver that print, it has to be rewarding for yourself, because you get to see that facial expression of talking about something that they've sort of created.
Yes,
not that you did it, but their image of their face is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I mean, it's definitely that is the most rewarding part, especially when my subjects are able to see my work once I've completed it. And, like Coach Saban, he saw the number 15 print I did of him with the crystal football, and he said he just loved it. I mean, he hung it up in his office at the athletic facility and one in his house. And also, the drawing I did of A.J. McCarron, capturing him both throwing the football and, a portrait shot of him. That is most rewarding when, his mom, Dee Dee, says, she's just crying because she loves the drawing so much. And then when, AJ said that he loves it, that definitely makes it all worth it.
And what is it? Okay, and I may be going a little bit sort of unique, but sometimes questions lead into other questions. But as I look at an average print that you do, your pencil drawings, you can visit. Maybe you have no clue what we're talking about. Maybe you're just riding around and you're going, Ryan, what are you talking about? Well, you need to go visit the website. Priscilla Wadsworth's Pencil Drawings on Facebook is a great way to like her, follow her work, and to be able to see that. You can also connect with her on Twitter as well. And we've got all that linked up to our Facebook as well, The Game on 99.1 WDGM, and you can go and see what we're actually talking about. But what does it take as far as an average print? How much time do you put in one of those average prints?
With black and white, it's typically at the very least 100 hours, and
Wow.
I usually do that over the span of a month. But for my colored pencil works, that's double that with anything I do, especially with the Eddie Lacy I just did, where he's wearing his Packers uniform and his Bama uniform all in the same one. I mean, that had to be at least 300 hours.
When do you do this? I mean, is it something that you can focus on consecutive for 7 or 8 hours, or is this something that you try to stretch out for a little bit of time?
It depends, but usually I would say the typical drawing session would be about 6 hours straight. I just really, have to get into that zone and put on some music. And so I would say 6 hours is the typical drawing session.
One of the things that I've noticed about your work, for one, you're always smiling, and that's good because it seems like you enjoy your job. It's sort of like my job. We really don't. We have jobs, and these are what pays the bills. But it's like when you enjoy your work, do you really, well, they always say that you never work a day in your life if you enjoy your work and you love your job. And it seems like you have a lot of passion for what you're doing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I know it's only been, a little over a year, but I'm definitely not growing tired of it. It's a new experience each time I start a new drawing. I mean, new techniques have to be used. So, I mean, it never gets old in that aspect. So, I mean, I'm definitely in it for life. Hopefully that's a long time.
Well, and hey, as long as Nick Saban just continues to win and we continue spitting out all these all-stars and this All-American list continues to grow, Alabama's had 110 All-Americans. You got a lot of work to do to get caught up on, and even the future guys that are here now. I mean, something tells me you could be doing some Derrick Henrys and some those great players that are right here in Tuscaloosa. T.J. Yeldon, we often forget about T.J. Yeldon, 1,222 yards away from becoming the all-time leading rusher at the University of Alabama, and we automatically assume Derrick Henry. But you've got plenty of work ahead of you, is what I'm trying to say. plenty of all-stars here in Tuscaloosa.
For sure. I like to, switch it up. Do someone from the past. Like right now I'm working on the drawing of Joe Namath. And then, I'd like to come back, of course, this coming season. And I'm not going to, shun TJ Yeldon, of course, because he's amazing. So there definitely has to be a TJ Yeldon drawing and probably a Derrick Henry drawing because I feel like, he's going to be a star.
I think a lot of people project that, no doubt about it. Let's talk about the Facebook account because a lot of that information is there, and 21,000 plus choosing to like your drawings, and a big community there, and a big shout out to all those folks out there listening to us and having a chance to talk about your artwork and not just connect with you on Facebook, but connect with you audio here on Inside the Game. Talk about that and the community that you've developed there as far as Facebook and the 21,000 plus fans that sort of follow your work.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised every day at the likes that my page continues to accumulate. I mean, it never gets old. I'm never, just over it. I mean, I'm always excited, with all the people that come and tell me that they love my artwork. And also some of the people who have liked my page have been, really big surprises to me. Like, Derrick Henry's father has liked my page, and Coach Bobby Williams and his wife Miss Sheila, that they've liked my page. So I mean, it's just been kind of an adventure as far as the likes goes on my fan page.
It is fun when you and I talk a lot about Alabama history and All-American. It is fun when you see those people that you're recognizing sort of recognizing your work, and it's fun to get those likes because I do the same thing. I mean, I got a couple of likes a couple of days ago, and I'm like, how did he find out about me? And
yeah.
It's amazing how that networking of Facebook sort of communicates. So let me go back to Joe Namath for a couple of minutes. What made you decide to do Joe Namath?
Obviously because, he's the biggest quarterback to come from Alabama. And, I mean, I've been getting requests to draw him ever since I started this, but, I mean, I just haven't done it up until this point because, I mean, sometimes, especially when you're drawing someone from that far in the past, it's kind of hard to get the reference photos that I need to look at in order to draw him. So I actually am combining, I'm looking at 3 different reference photos to draw this. So that's why, to explain to everyone why it took so long.